Business Forum for the visit of Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of our beloved President and his government, allow me to welcome all of you to this business forum. And we have here the business leaders, mostly from Davao. I see some of our friends from Zamboanga as well. And I guess this is really a venue for all of us to eventually have some fellowship and networking during the forum. I wish to just reiterate, because yesterday we had a session already with our Japanese delegates, and I presented to our visitors the growth trajectory and the investment opportunities in the Philippines. So allow me to dispense with the full presentation. However, the copies of the presentation are all distributed to all of you. There is a handout that's distributed. I will just refresh you with the summary. This was the last page of my presentation yesterday. Just to give you in a nutshell, why is Philippines the place to invest right now? It is the fastest growing economy, posting 7.1%. There's a manufacturing revival, wherein manufacturing has been growing over 8%, higher than services sector. Services also continued to grow by 6.9%. A lot of positive indicators. Inflation has been stable. We've been improving our ranking in the competitiveness index. Business confidence is on the rise. Consumer confidence is on the rise, and many other positive macroeconomic indicators that have been improving. There's a rising, stable economy, as mentioned, improved competitiveness, and sustained investment grade. Powered by strategic investment inflows, wherein as of, for the full year of 2016, we posted 20%, 21% growth in BOI registered investments. In fact, if you look at the foreign investment side of it, the second half of foreign investment was almost twice the first half. It's a good indication that there's a continued and, in fact, a better, much better confidence on the new administration. I also remember that out of that, 80% is Filipinos, 20% foreign, and that of course the second half is more than is twice the first half, and there's a continued still continued number of inquiries that we are receiving. In fact, we look forward to a better first quarter as we entertain a lot of inquiries in the Board of Investments. FDI has also continued to increase. In fact, the January to October has already surpassed the full year of 2015. So I'm talking of the January to October of 2016 has already surpassed the full year of the previous year. We have laid out also the comprehensive national industrial strategy, where we identified about 12 priority sectors, wherein which we believe that these are the sectors wherein the country has comparative advantage, has the country which will be known for, these industries will be known for the Philippines. We have also outlined a clear 10+1 socio-economic agenda, stable macroeconomic policies, infrastructure development, rural development, and many more. And in fact, for infrastructure, we've mentioned that we are spending from 3% of GDP to 5%. This number will even go up to about 7% of GDP in the next few years, as we are trying to catch up on the infrastructure support that will improve further the business environment. We've shown also a strategic location where Philippines is. It's just about 3 to 4 hours far away from the neighboring countries, so it's really very near. Then looking at the market size, if you think of Philippines with 101 million Filipinos, it is actually considered also as a gateway if you want to enter the ASEAN market, which has over 620 million population. And as you know, since ASEAN has an FTA with each of the 6 other neighboring countries like Japan, China, Korea, Australia, New Zealand, and India, if you sum up the population of all those countries, ASEAN plus 6 countries, it's actually 1/2 already of the world's population. And it covers 1/3 of the world's economy. So such is an immense market size for you to enter into if you locate in the Philippines. It's the demographic, there's a demographic sweet spot at the moment. The average age is 23.1 years old. And if you imagine that many of these young population, young people, young Filipinos are employed, they are empowered, they have a purchasing power. In effect, you have a wider base for consumers. And since they are young, it will take many more years for us to enjoy and even grow further this consumer base that we have here. Such is the demographic sweet spot that we always mention. Human capital advantage, we also mentioned yesterday that we have a rich pool of talented Filipinos, graduates mostly of business, accounting, sciences. Filipinos are known for, very good in English, no need to do many translations as far as your operating manuals are concerned. They are known for honesty and integrity. They are known to be creative. So many, various advantages in having Filipinos as part of your workforce, as part of your organization. I must repeat also the higher business confidence now registering 34.5%. And consumer confidence now at positive territory, even higher at 18.8% when it used to be negative in terms of number for consumer confidence. And I will just reiterate also some projections done by international banks like HSBC, wherein it mentioned that Philippines will be the 16th largest economy by 2050, with trade and investment, with the kind of growth trajectory that we have with respect to trade and investment. The President has also always championed trade and investment, and he always mentions this to investors, that come to the Philippines, invest in the Philippines, and I will be protecting your investment. If you encounter problems, you talk to me. If you encounter difficulties in the process, extortion, corruption, you talk to me, and I will talk to those people, and I will fire them. So he mentioned those assurances coming from the President himself. So he's been very passionate about this, emphasizing that in this administration, there is no tolerance for corruption, there will be reduced criminality, and a lot of campaign and effort on anti-drugs. And in fact, for the criminality, I must mention that the criminality has already gone down by almost 1/2. In terms of number, that's 33,000 less crimes committed based on statistics. So for this morning, we will be able to narrow the focus of presentations more directed to about Davao and Mindanao, the land of promise, so that we could learn more about the beauty, condition, and potential of this region, as well as their development policies and programs with respect to business. For starters, let me reiterate the open policy of the whole government toward investment. We welcome all foreign investments in all areas, almost all areas of activities, except for a very short negative list, which we call, which is included in the foreign investment negative list, which have limited foreign equity participation in certain areas. But the rest would be open. We have the Board of Investment also under our department that issues annually the Investment Priorities Plan, which lists down the preferred areas of activities that can be entitled for income tax holidays, as well as duty-free importation of capital equipment. We also have the Philippine Ecozone Authority, PEZA, that can grant tax holidays as well for ecozone developers as well as locators. And this will be presented later by the Director General of PEZA, DG Plaza. So thank you once again for joining Prime Minister Abe in this visit. And I must say that you are very welcome to our country, and as the President always says, the Japanese are like brothers to Filipinos. Japanese are loved by Filipinos. Not to mention that many Filipinos love Japanese food. Okay, thank you very much for being part of our nation building. Maraming salamat po. Domo arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you very much, Secretary Lopez. And now may I introduce to you the Director General of PESA. She is the first woman Brigadier General of the Philippines, former lawmaker, and now a strong advocate of business. Thank you.
Thank you, Yusek Noya. You're making our visitors afraid of me. Anyway, my greetings goes to our very dynamic Secretary of the Department of Trade and Industry, my boss, Secretary Lopez, sir. Secretary of Mindanao Development Authority, Dato Abdol Khair Alonto, our distinguished visitors, the party mates or the members of the party of Prime Minister Abe, our Japanese friends, our Filipino partners in business and in trade. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Konnichiwa. Friends, Philippine Economic Zone Authority is attached to the Department of Trade and Industry. And it promotes investments, it creates employment, and generates exports. Right now, we have 358 operating economic zones nationwide. 73 are industrial and export processing zones. 243 are IT parks and centers, 19 tourism ecozones, 2 medical tourism parks, and 21 agro-industrial parks. As you can see, the locator investments by nationality, almost 30% are Japanese. Thank you very much for investing with PESA. All others are Filipinos, Americans, Dutch, British, Korean, Singaporeans, German, Taiwanese, Swiss, and others. Also, by locator investments by product sector, we have the highest in the electronics and semiconductors, followed by information technology services, and so on and so forth, as you can see in the chart. Friends, why should you invest with PESA? Because PESA right now is the sole economic agency that is authorized to establish as many economic zones nationwide. And we have the best incentives so far. Like for example, we have income tax holidays, 6 to 8 years for pioneer project, 4 to 6 years for non-pioneer project, and after the ITH, a special 5% tax on gross income, less allowable deductions in lieu of all national and local taxes. Also, we have incentives like tax and duty-free importation of capital equipment, spare parts, supplies, and raw materials. Also, we allow domestic sales allowance of up to 30% of the total sales. Additional incentives that PESA gives to our investors include zero value-added tax rate on all local purchases to include telecommunications, power, and water bills, and an exemption from payment of local government taxes and fees. Also, we provide incentives such as the employment of foreign nationals, meaning you can bring especially your consultants or your top employees, because we will be providing them a special visa to include, of course, the owners of the foreign investments and their immediate family members. Also, as provided in the law, we allow our foreign investors to lease a maximum of 75 years for the Philippine lands and islands. Here in PESA, we provide an equal service. And what is that brand of service of PESA? First, PESA cares and empowers the Filipino people. PESA also cares for and protects the environment. PEZA likewise takes good care of its investor partners and stakeholders. That's why we keep on regularly conducting a dialogue, so we will know your problems, the issues and concerns that we have to address immediately. PEZA is also a one-stop shop. We provide the building and occupancy permits to our locators, import and export permits, and online import and export procedures and e-payment system. We provide special multiple entry non-immigrant visa, an environment clearance certificate, an exemption from local government permits and fees, and a simplified registration process. Electronic application is available from the website. Forms are also downloadable. Fifth, PEZA is a non-stop shop because we provide 24 hours a day, 7 days a week of continuous service. The Director General, yours truly, and other top officials are on call 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. But for the Director Generals, I entertain official calls only. In PEZA, there is no red tape. In PEZA, there is only red carpet treatment. In PEZA, there is no graft, no corruption. PEZA is also ISO 901-2008 certified, which means for all processes at all levels in all offices nationwide. We were also granted or awarded the IFC World Bank, who cited us that only PEZA was awarded the best practice among economic zones worldwide. Because under PEZA, the Philippines has shown dramatic improvements in investment climate, and the end result, PEZA is a shining example of successful regulatory reform, improving overall investment climate in the country. We also got the appreciation of investment environments. Also, if you invest in PEZA in the Philippines, compared to the other countries in Asia, we have the less linguistic communication problems, as you can see in the chart. Also, we are here in the Philippines. It is easy to hire local staff, especially the general worker, the staffs, the clerk. We also provide the high quality of employees, especially on the general workers. Compared to the other countries in Asia, Philippines is on top. Likewise, we have in the Philippines the highest retention rates, meaning Filipino employees and workers stay loyally, faithfully with their employers. We also provide tax incentives or corporate tax holidays. And compared to the other countries in Asia, Philippines is on top. As far as labor strikes and lockout, it is also here in the Philippines which has the lowest of the labor strikes. And here in PEZA, we have the 5 of the world's top 20 semicon and electronic sales leaders operating and registered with PEZA. We have other major SMS and EMS players in the country, as shown in the chart. And also in the chart, you can see the top economic zone investors. And 30% of these top economic zone investors are Japanese. So as shown in the chart, these are the top economic zone investors. And we have now a revolutionized PEZA, meaning we have new trust and programs that where we are inviting our Japanese investors and other foreign friends and investors, and of course our local entrepreneurs, because PEZA will be creating economic zones in every provinces and cities nationwide. So what are these different special economic zones? These are different types of economic zones in accordance with the local area suitability and potential, because we aim that there should be no more idle lands in the Philippines. So we have these kinds of economic zones that we will be creating in provinces and cities. We have agro-industrial economic zones, agroforestry economic zones. We also have aquamarine economic zones, tourism economic zones, retirement homes and wellness centers. We have mineral processing economic zones for mining industry. We also have the defense industrial complex, where we invite defense industries throughout the world, because the advantage of the Philippines is we may not get or buy as much defense equipment and other products that our locators will be producing here in the country, but because of our strategic location, we are very much, we become a very ideal place to become the distribution hub of Asia and the world. We will also have renewable energy, eco-industrial park, halal hubs and production zones, free trade zone in international air, seaports, international distribution hubs, import and export. We will also be building more logistics park and establish the island cities and island economic zones. PEZA is enhancing also its program through the following. We will see to it that there will be a complete supply chain by inviting complementary industries so that we can also minimize importation. We have to provide quality labor force by creating a PEZA Institute to match and train manpower needs of our industries. We will be creating more logistic hubs and services by building more international airports, seaports, power, water, and telecommunication service providers. Also, PEZA will enhance the incentives and the assurance that the policies and laws will be stable. So far, we have 901 Japanese companies in PEZA economic zones. So these are the top companies in PEZA economic zones, as you can see in the chart. Go ahead, please. And of course, the Japanese support industries, as you can see in the chart. We have also shipbuilders and other related companies in PEZA, like Chunishi, heavy industrial, they produce bulk carriers in Cebu, the ASEAN Craft in Cebu, and other support industries. And we have JETRO as the business support center in the Philippines. This is a Japanese company. So friends, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the Philippines. We badly need your investments, and rest assured that we will provide you the best service in PEZA, and with DTI as our mother organization. We welcome you again. Please invest some more. Arigato gozaimashita. Thank you.
Thank you, DG Plaza. Our next speaker is a peacemaker, the Right Link in Mindanao, and he's a partner of the Department of Trade and Industry. It would interest you to know that his family, the Alonto family, has been a partner of Japanese traders in North Mindanao even before the war, the Nagay Bazaar. We welcome Secretary Datu Abdul Dangkal Alonto. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May the peace and blessings of God be upon you. Secretary Mon Lopez, other government officials, business leaders, members of the Japanese delegation, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Mindanao is truly honored by the historic visit to Davao City of His Excellency Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, and delegation of Japanese officials and business leaders. This visit does not only rekindle the historic ties shared between Davao City, Mindanao, and Japan, but has brought the Philippine-Japan relations to a new level, one founded on a shared aspiration for Mindanao's peace, progress, and transformation. In the course of several months since the historic assumption into office of the first ever son and noble leader of Mindanao, President, who is from Mindanao, the Mayor Rodrigo Duterte, our office had been initiating public and private sector meetings both here and abroad to bring forth one important message, that Mindanao is opened and ready for business. For many years, Mindanao has remained an undiscovered gem, occupying 39% of the country's total area. It is endowed with key ingredients for a prime investment area within the Philippines, occupying, and it is blessed with an abundance of primary resources, including minerals, and it still has large tracts of idle lands. There are even saying that if other countries had an oil, and it could be a kettle, but this oil in Mindanao is a lake. It is the future. It also possesses vast scope of economic growth and diversification owing to Mindanao's BIMP IAGA, that is the Brunei, Darussalam, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, East Asia growth area connection, a linkage that is of even greater significance for Mindanao and the ASEAN integration. We are ready to be your next preferred trade and investment destination. Big things are happening in the Philippines. It has been enjoying robust macroeconomic fundamentals, with the Philippine economy performing a 7.1% gross domestic product growth last year, one of the highest in Asia Pacific. This is an encouraging fiat rallied through Mayor Duterte's overarching philosophy of governance, partnering for change. The same is true in Mindanao. We have been experiencing unprecedented improvements and significant developments in our economy in recent years. Today's forum is timely, since we will be able to update you on the ongoing development initiatives in Mindanao and its prevailing business climate. Mindanao, together with Palawan and the southern Philippines, are active players in the Brunei, Darussalam, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, East Asian Growth Area, BMPIAGA, formalized in 1994 in Davao City, one of Mindanao's major gateways. In recent years, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations has strongly noted the importance of BMPIAGA in providing the building blocks for regional integration, largely due to its trade and investment linkages, including cultural and historical ties among member countries. As we work towards achieving our vision for Mindanao, we wanted to see a sustained growth to ensure massive job generation, raise incomes of the majority, and create resources to finance social infrastructure and services. Buoyed by the leadership of our Mindanaoan President, we see exciting times ahead for Mindanao. The slide shows that the island region's gross regional domestic product growth of Mindanao posted 7.5%, in 2014, which is higher and even surpassed the country's national average of 6.2%. Proof of the pudding is in the amount and extent of both local and foreign investments that have been drawn to Mindanao in recent years, which recorded a tenfold jump from previous decade average. Mindanao has bountiful natural resources. It is touted as the food basket of the Philippines. It is blessed with favorable agroclimatic conditions, with fertile soils and rich biodiversity, which makes it suitable for food production and agribusiness development. As of 2014, Mindanao's agricultural land area represents 36% of the country's total farm area, but yields 43% of the country's total farm produce. It accounts for 89% of the country's pineapple production, 82% of the bananas, and 74% of coffee. The country's 99% production of rubber comes from Mindanao. For livestock, Mindanao contributes 39% of the country's production of goats and 44% for cattle. Mindanao's potential lies largely on agriculture and agribusiness because it has the competitive and comparative advantage in agri-fisheries sectors. Mindanao has consistently been a net exporter of agri-based products, with Japan traditionally being a major market for key commodities such as Cavendish bananas. It has had a long tradition of export orientation, possesses strong market share in key agricultural products, and a world player in the agricultural export market. The prospects for further expansion of various export products remain wide. The huge and growing Islamic market in Asia and the Middle East provides opportunities for halal industries, especially for producers in Muslim Mindanao. We also have ample competent and skilled human resources available in Mindanao, possessing the usual desired qualities of being highly educated, English proficient, highly trainable, and who possesses easy adaptability to universal work, culture, and competencies based on global standards. The improving peace situation, coupled with the bullish private sector, had resulted to continuing surge in projects as recorded by the Board of Investments. Hence, we continue to push for our overall strategy for agricultural development in Mindanao by transforming the island into a modern agricultural center and the VIP Siagad food basket, and that it shall become self-sufficient for specific commodities and bolster export competitiveness. Tourism development is also a promising sector in Mindanao, with our offerings of tourist attractions for varied interest, including ecotourism, history and culture, natural beauty, and adventure. In terms of requirement for the information communication technology development, Mindanao is a top producer of skilled and competent labor for the outsourcing ICT-enabled services sector. The cities of Davao and Cagayan de Oro are among the country's next wave of cities for ICT development. The improvements in Mindanao road network have also been very remarkable. To date, most of our main highways interconnecting all regions in Mindanao have been completed except for few more pockets where vital links have yet to be established. One of the important strategies to sustain our current gains is to lower the cost of transport of commodities from the farms to the export gateways through infrastructure development, and on the software side, facilitate the efficient transport of our export products from Mindanao's export gateways to our target markets through streamlining of procedures and policy reforms. Under the Mindanao Corridors Development Program, key spatial development approach is to develop growth corridors to achieve economies of scale, facilitate the growth of businesses that generate jobs, and ultimately foster inclusive growth. Specifically, this includes the following strategies: creation of food baskets and agribusiness centers, linking production areas to growth centers, establishing the Mindanao high-speed railway system, developing high-standard highways, linking key growth centers, improving international ports, airports, and the rural system. We need to improve and upgrade our airports and seaports in Mindanao. Our island-wide connectivity will be enhanced by both sea and air links as we strengthen our connectivity to the rest of the country and the world. It is worth noting that in many of the major infrastructure projects in Mindanao, Japan through JICA had served and continues to serve our major ODA partner. To cite JACA, had partnered with Minda and Namria in 2010 for the 500 million Mindanao topographic mapping project to update the 1960s Mindanao maps for more realistic and effective development planning process. In recent years, Minda has also been at the forefront in efforts to step up the improvement of the investment environment for the power sector in Mindanao. This can be one major area of interest for investment, especially for renewable energy sources. Ladies and gentlemen, I have just presented a snapshot of our prevailing business climate in Mindanao. Clearly, there is opportunities and business prospects in Mindanao that we can seize and take advantage of under the current administration. The future of Mindanao looks exciting. Make us your next investment destination and hope in to President Duterte's high-speed train ride to Mindanao's peace, progress, and prosperity. Domo arigato gozaimasu. Maraming salamat po.
That was a fantastic presentation. Thank you, Secretary Alonto. And now we will be giving a chance for the Davao City Investment Promotion Center to make a presentation. Welcome, Mr. Lemuel Ortonio.
To the representatives of the Japanese government headed by Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and the delegation of Japanese businessmen, and to the Philippine government officials headed by our President, Rodrigo Duterte, and our Filipino business community, Madayaw and a pleasant good morning to everyone. We at the City Government of Davao are truly honored for the visit of the Japanese delegation to explore the possibilities and opportunities to invest, live, and play here in our city. For most of you, this may be your very first visit to Davao City. So, allow us to tell you more about Davao City. Being situated in the southern part of the Philippines, it is the gateway for tourism and economic growth in the country. With our investment opportunities in different industries, diverse tourism activities, and top-notch peace and order programs, Davao City is definitely the prime location for new opportunities. To give you a preview of what's in store for you in our beloved city, here's a video why Davao City is your next destination.
Pleasure to share with you the many good reasons why more and more people have chosen to live in Davao City. to live here for good, and perpetually enjoy the many benefits inherent to a place consistently evaluated as the most competitive city in the Philippines.
The unique characteristics of Davao and the interplay of natural and economic advantages present in the place lead me to invest, live and play in a city known as the most livable in the Philippines. Truly, Davao is the place, and now is the time to seize the opportunities.
Davao City is the only place in the island where power is assured 24/7 at a lower cost than any place in the country. Our backup power generation plants, plus the aggressive positioning of power players to contribute to renewable energy to the grid, will ensure continuity to the growth of the city.
Peace is very good for my business. I rather walk the streets of Davao than anywhere else in the world.
Thank you so much for the presentation. We will run it later during lunchtime. Given in the interest of time, our two leaders are coming at exactly at 10 a.m. So the next section is about the testimonials of 3 businesses in Mindanao. So Mr. Satoshi Kato, representing the construction industry. Thank you.
All ladies and gentlemen here, good morning. As introduced, this is Satoshi Kato from Chodai, Japan. Well, it is a great honor to be speaking to you here today. Well, as a representative of Japanese companies, in my presentation, I will be introducing first our ongoing project in Butuan City, trying to achieve regional economic development together with Filipino local companies, and then discuss the merit of doing businesses in Mindanao based upon our experience, which I believe should be of your help. No, yes. Yes. This is the overview of Chodai Group. We are basically a civil engineer consulting firm based in Tokyo, within top 10 rank in terms of revenue and the number of engineers. Well, this is an overview of Butuan City and its surrounding area, located in the northeastern part of Mindanao. We have been doing business here for more than 5 years, since 2011. The goal of this project is to achieve regional economic development through creation of employment, as well as increasing wages, taking three-step approach from development of a basic infrastructure through development of industrial parks, and as an initiative of private sectors, which we can call PPP, public-private partnership. Next, please. This is a map detailing the ongoing project around that area. As you can see, there are many projects in a wide range covering infrastructure projects such as power and water, agriculture and aquaculture project, and an industrial park. Well, please look into the details in a paper now or later distributed to you if you want further information about this project. Next, please. Okay, from this page forward, please let me talk about the business in the Philippines, especially in Mindanao, from the standpoint of Japanese companies. Philippines is now expected to be one of the VIP countries, together with Vietnam and Indonesia, leading players in the global economic growth in place of BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Well, according to the data from Embassy of Japan in the Philippines, reflecting such an expectation, the number of Japanese companies active here in the Philippines has been increasing. On the other hand, looking at this figure by area, unfortunately, the current status in terms of business activities in Mindanao by Japanese company is far behind compared to Luzon and Visayas area. Why is Mindanao behind? Various risks are considered in thinking of exploring new businesses generally. In addition, these risks, well, other risks such as firstly security risk and secondly political risk as well as partner risk tend to be considered carefully when thinking of a business in the Philippines and Mindanao. However, we believe those risks can be mitigated. For example, about the security risk, the Philippine government has already shown the stronger commitment to the Mindanao peace process, and also Japanese government has supported it strongly. For the purpose of more investment coming in, important is that more information and more correct information about Mindanao would be released from here, from the Philippines, and also delivered to Japan. Well, in recent years, Myanmar has drawn a lot of attention as the last frontier in Asia. However, it could be figured out that Mindanao is filled with as many potentials for development and as many opportunities for investment as those of Myanmar, or rather more than Myanmar. One of them should be definitely this. a real strong leader, President Duterte is from Davao, Mindanao. Anyway, it can be said that Mindanao must be the area to be recognized to be the last frontier in Asia. Well, I talked earlier about an abbreviation of VIP. Now I can say this is not the word simply consisting of Vietnam, Indonesia, and the Philippines. The meaning of VIP is now very important partner, and that is very important Philippines. And I wish this should start from now and here from Mindanao. Well, this concludes my presentation. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much. It was a nice presentation. And now may I request Mr. John Perrine to give his testimony.
We only have very few minutes, so I'm going to speak just bullet points. 2 minutes. So I'm chairman of Unifudi. We first invested in the Bangsamoro in 1996, 21 years ago. We went through 2 all-out wars, year 2000, 2003, and no BBL. Our operations have been uninterrupted business operation, very profitable, and we still continue to expand. We have planted 500 hectares of new banana plantation in Talayan and Buldon, Maguindanao, over this last year, and we're expanding out to 1,300 hectares further. That's the past. Question is, what is the future? The future is, now I speak with my other hat as the ARM official business investments advisor to assist other companies in coming in. Our first partner coming in is my friend George Kumakawa, Dole Asia Holdings, who actually bought out our pineapple operation in Wao, Lanao del Sur. And that's been very successful, very peaceful, and they continue to expand. We have confirmed $168 million of new investments with confirmed business investors who are partners in agri cooperatives for bananas, abaca, Robusta coffee, Arabica coffee, Caribbean pine for saw lumber, and Brazilian fire tree for veneer. These are confirmed investments, ready to go with the support, thank you very much, of JICA and the support of our President Duterte. 2 minutes, thank you.
Fantastic, Mr. John. Our next speaker is from Concentric Philippines in Davao, the Senior Manager of Training and Quality, Mr. Mel Masangkap.
Our dear President, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, and His Excellency Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, honorable officials, distinguished guests, good morning. On behalf of Concentrics, I'm honored to be here today to share with you the thrilling journey of Concentrics Philippines as one of the fastest growing and sought after business process outsourcing in the Philippines today. Concentric started in 2002 with just 600 employees to now almost 25,000. But what could be the main reason with such growth? Well, as they say, as we gain more profit, keeping our clients loyal to us than consistently seeking for new ones. It is with this reason that Concentrics makes sure that clients are completely satisfied with the services it offers through quality human capital. This remains true up to now as new clients are attracted to the remarkable culture Concentrics offers. But this growth does not only benefit the company. This attainment is mainly shared by the successes of its employees. Without its hardworking and committed people, it will not be what it is now. We believe in developing talents from within the organization. This very reason keeps employees from leaving, which is quite evident on the length of tenure most our employees have. Concentric Services Corporation has major footprints in the Philippines, having 7 sites in Metro Manila, including 1 in Laguna, and 4 other regional sites strategically located in the southern part of the country. 1 site in Naga, our new site in Cebu, and 2 sites in Mindanao, which is 1 in Cagayan de Oro, and the other one is here in Davao City. Our capability to provide omni-channel support sets Concentrix apart. From voice support to non-voice, such as email, chat, and back office services, this ensures that the organization is capable of delivering top quality services to its clients and even going beyond what is expected. Concentric's range of support is not only limited to English-speaking countries, but also supports Japanese, Korean, Spanish, Mandarin, and other major languages. With this, more and more existing and prospective clients are entrusting their businesses with us, from media and communications, banking and financial, transportation, consumer electronics, automotives, and healthcare. Concentric service trade has been growing at a very rapid rate over recent years. This achievement is strengthened by a number of awards we have received. To name a few, Concentrix was awarded as Asia's Best Employer in 2016, Best Outsourcing Thought Leadership Award for Outsourcing Institute, also in 2016, and Top Companies to Work For in Asia in the same year. This truly exemplifies the company culture the Concentrix holds dear. From global perspective, allow me to introduce to you all Concentrix Davao. This site in Davao City started in 2006 with almost 1,000 employees with 97% leadership. In conclusion, I'll take this opportunity to thank the organizers for having this important event and wish all of you good luck, fruitful discussions on behalf of our aspiration to be one Asia. Good morning.
Thank you, thank you. We are expecting the arrival of the 2 leaders in the next 2 to 5 minutes, so let's please settle down right now. In the meantime, for the photo opportunity, there will be 3 batches. The first batch will be the business delegates of Japan, followed by the business delegates from the Philippines in 2 groups, and then finally the business delegates of the Philippines. So, that would be batch 1, business delegates of Japan, batch 2, business delegates of the Philippines in 2 groups. What's the difference? Okay, all right. So there are only 3 batches, okay? So please be guided. I will cue you. So in the meantime, let's just settle down. And I promise the city government, I will make sure I will run again the video because I cut it short. Thank you for your cooperation. We will do away with our Q&A, but we will have networking time. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, during the photo opportunity, please enter into this side and exit on the other side. After the photo opportunity, will please stay put until the two leaders have gone out of the room. Thank you.
Sabay na ta sa biyahe. Sabay na ta sa biyahe. Biyaheng Duterte. Biyaheng Duterte. Biyaheng Duterte. Sabay na ta sa biyahe. Biyaheng Duterte. Biyaheng Biyaheng Duterte, sabay na ta sa biyahe, biyaheng Duterte.